Hey there, this is my BSA Birmingham Small Arms folding Parabike, devised for the British Airborne Forces in World War II. This is the second model. First model had two down tubes, which were a bit weak. The second model has one down tube, which is stronger. I'm going to point out what isn't original first. The wheels, I'm not sure if they're original that have been plated or if they're replacement, but they're the right size and the right width. They're just chrome where they should be olive green. The saddle, oh yeah, the tires, I got new tires on the thing because I actually used to ride this thing around. The saddle is the correct model made by Brooks. They still make, they still make that pattern. Unfortunately, the original ones were brown. This one was black, but I saw it and I just had to have it and I bought it. So, not 99% right. The handlebars and the tube have been replaced at some point in the past 50s or 60s by sort of period correct civilian handlebars. I've ridden both types. The original one, your hands are down about here. And frankly, this is more comfortable. Occasionally, the original handlebars and the loosening T-bar, because there's with the originals, you'll see in the pictures, there's a cross T, so you can unscrew it and turn the handlebars at 90 degrees, or so that they're parallel with a frame for folding, but we'll show that in a sec. You could, a talented motorcycle mechanic, see, I'm working with old knowledge here, but somebody who knows how to bend tube could anneal these and bend them with a tubing bender to get them into approximately the right shape. But again, I've ridden either side, and I can see both types, and I can see why somebody changed these, because this is actually a slightly more comfortable ride. As far as original, it's got all the original paint. There's one little blob of red here, I like rust paint or primer here. I don't know where that came from. It has two of the three decals. There's the British Broad Arrow, a bit worn. There's the patent number. And here on the down tube, I'm just going to move it so it's in the light. You can just see the echo, the ghost of the three piled, stacked rifles underneath would have said BSA, either over top or below, I can't remember, would have said BSA for Birmingham Small Arms. So let's say 2.5 decals, the trace is there. Occasionally the decals come up, or replica decals come up. That at least shows you exactly where it's to go. The pedals still work in the manner of they were designed. Could use maybe just a little spot of oil there. And we unspin the two hinges. I'm not sure if the chain is original, but it's good. Unspin the hinges a bit more. And as you can see, it folds in half. Like so. Can't remember exactly where I got this from, but the fellow who sold it to me, it was absolutely full of the lore and the stories behind these things. Now again, remember with that T, you'd be able to undo this and turn the handlebars so they took up a more narrow profile. But they, as you can see, the hinges work. Everything works. The brakes work, but these are seriously old brake pads. So you either have to ride, well, you have to ride with a bit of care, because here we are. Apparently, the paratroopers didn't like these things terribly much because there was just another piece of kit to be responsible for. And one of my sources, who was at, I can't remember if he was certainly Northwest Europe, I can't remember if he was R&M or not, said they used to pitch them away as soon as the sergeant's back was turned. But other branches, such as anybody with a Jeep, anybody with a tank or an armored personnel carrier, love these things, and you'll see lots of pictures of these things folded up and stuck on the back, hanging off the back of a Sherman tank or a Bren gun carrier or something like that. So it's the bearings are packed. Yeah, there's no mechanical damage to it. Just you do that slight cosmetic change, and you've got a pretty good simulchrome, shall we say. You've got a riding bike that, with a little bit of work, will look like an original. And maybe for a few more bucks, I'll throw in an original Bergen, airborne Bergen pack that I've got. There you go.